What is up, everyone? Welcome to AoS R&D. I'm your host, Rob, with my hooded friend.
Squigbuzztail.
Squigbuzztail. Yeah, yeah. Scuttle. Scuttle. Dang it, I can't come up with it. Scuttle Boss Rob and Squigbuzztail are here.
Oomies.
I actually was able.
I can't see.
Nice.
It's really fine. Oh, it was me all along. It was fine.
Surprise! It was Dale all along.
As a hoodie, when you try and do anything else.
Oh man.
Okay. So this is the cancelled, not cancelled show.
Yes. So what happened, everyone, was my internet went out, and it might go out again because a certain company, TELUS, sucks sometimes, as they do right now. And my internet's been going out on a daily basis. It's been very, very frustrating. We are live, right?
I think. Yep. Yeah. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
Yep. It's just I'm just starting to send the links around. I didn't get a chance
to check.
So.
Okay. Yeah, we are live. So it's been going out on a daily basis. Yesterday it went out twice, and then today it went out, and I couldn't fix it. So I said, it just didn't look good. It looked like we were going to have to cancel. And then I got on the line with them at the last minute, and it has been temporarily fixed. I fixed it yesterday, and I was uploading the Patreon video that's hopefully going to come out tomorrow. It is all uploaded, but I need to do the thumbnail and whatnot. And the Patreon exclusive video, while it was uploading, the internet went out again, right? So I don't know that this is the whole show is going to be going to go over without a hitch. But if we cut out all of a sudden, and I might say this a couple of times just because people will be joining in. If the internet goes out all of a sudden, like if the show just cuts out, that's my internet, and I apologize. And there's nothing I can do. It's in TELUS and the Great Horned Rat and the Bad Moon's hands at this point. But I will do my best. I put everything together, in like a couple of minutes here, right before we were supposed to start. I think I got everything, but I'm not sure. Usually it takes me like 20 minutes to figure everything out and make sure everything looks nice. And today it was just go. Yeah. So welcome to AoS R&D. Oddly enough, we did not start it like a trash panda this time, even though it was a last-minute show.
This is what we need to do every time.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm letting people down when I don't start the show.
Like for those that don't know, so this is my, because obviously I'm going to LVO in 2 days. So this is my awesomely done Gloomspite hoodie I'm going to be wearing.
When are you going to make me one, Dale?
Well, you got to talk to my partner about that because she made it for me. Was using one of my hoodies.
Lisa!
So yeah, I'm super hyped about wearing that because it's going to be a lot of fun. So I've got the kind of tabard, like the loose tabard I've got as well to wear over the top, and then I've got my coat. So it's going to be awesome.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
LVO is coming this weekend.
330 players, the biggest AoS event.
Wow.
Yeah.
The biggest AoS event ever?
Yep.
Whoa.
I mean, there will probably be there'll probably be some dropouts. So I mean, but like I doubt we will get less than 30 because I think CanCon was 230.
Jeez, those are.
So even if we get 300, it's going to be a huge. Because like a week ago it was 295, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, that's like the biggest event," and then like another 30 tickets sold, and there's 80 odd people that are not registered in BCP that have never been to a tournament before that had to get registered. Wow. So it's going to be as I said before, like it's going to be very much like Kippers, where you have this kind of complete mix of some of the best players from across not only the US and Canada, but also there's people from Scotland going, there's people from England going, there's people from Australia going, all coming over for this event, but also some complete people that just play at their local games workshop or a local hobby store. So it's going to be a really fun.
I was hoping as a Scottish person you were going to go through all the countries of the United Kingdom one by one.
I was going to say United Kingdom and I was like, nah.
No, you're Scottish.
It's not very united right now. But yeah, so
Also,
no,
you're
it's gonna
Scottish, and
be good fun. Yeah.
people from Scotland don't do that.
There's gonna be people from Scotland that I haven't met because a lot of the people that played Warhammer didn't go on to do AoS. So there are some that I know that still play, but they're not some of the people coming over. So it'll be really nice to hang out with some other people from Scotland.
Yeah,
have some drinks.
that you
Plus, like
maybe used to
AOS
know.
coach and stuff. And yeah, I mean, there is a chance that there are people that I've met before at games and stuff. It's just, it's been 10 years, so.
That's awesome. Okay, so just to go through some of the normal stuff, there is a rumor engine. It's awesome.
Yeah, so it's the Predator.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's like fantasy Predator.
Yeah.
He's got like the nails.
So someone did put, so it looks very, very vampiric slash.
That's what I was.
Someone did put up a side-by-side picture of Blood Bowl vampires, and it looks very similar. They have very similar vampire player with like a dagger bracer kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So it could very much be Blood Bowl vampires. I would love it to be Soulblight, not Soulblight, well, maybe Soulblight Gravelord, but Flesh Eater Courts. And I would love like a Flesh Eater Courts character that was actually wearing some armor because he, or she went and got armor because they think they're that knight kind of thing. So maybe like a character that's just got a slight bit more conscious that I think, hang on a second, I'm not wearing armor, I need to wear armor.
It looks very Virkos to me. It looks like that kind of mix of beast and wolf and whatnot. But the claws actually are quite similar to some Skaven models as well, like the Vermin Lords and such. So yeah, man, it could be a lot of things. But also, did you read the paragraph?
No.
So it's kind of cool. They said, we noticed a drawback with our new sponsorship program. We're obliged to pass on the message no matter how well you'll see. So it looks like they're going to start doing these little messages, right? It says, today's sponsor is the Respectable Salvagers Nocturnal Consortium. So nocturnal does imply vampires.
I think it's going to be Blood Bowl.
And it says, who assure us that they are certainly not a secret society of Hrud, and wish to encourage all spacefarers to dispose of junk, broken machinery, and expired foodstuffs by leaving them scattered around their voidcraft. So doesn't this imply that it is Hrud or whatever? Like, I don't think they're going to announce Hrud in like a... But, it says they're not Hrud, but it says, and wish to encourage all spacefarers. Like, that kind of implies that it's 40K.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the Slan...
Well, the Slan did go off into space, but they're not looking for your junk. Either one.
Are they?
Yeah,
Seraphon are coming soon. I don't know if it's going to be any...
They are coming soon. This is definitely not Seraphon. I don't know. It's rad. I like this. I think this is... Honestly, I think this is one of the coolest rumor engines I've ever seen. Because it's got, like... It's got enough where you can, like, okay, I know that that's a clawed hand and some kind of dagger. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the perfect kind of thing to, what do you call it? Like,
drool over?
Yeah, like to wonder about and kind of talk it over. And yeah, I just think that's really fun. Space Trash Pandas. Would it be the Saga of Dice, the army? Hey, Keith, by the way. That would be awesome. If there were space raccoons, I would be space so raccoons. Into that. I mean, that's what they would be, right? Space.
Would they be the Skaven's nemesis? Nemesis.
I mean,
I don't know if raccoons and rats have a beef or not. They're scavenging over the same stuff.
I would imagine. Raccoons don't seem to get along with a lot of things, frankly. But yeah. Anyway. I think this is awesome, and I'm quite excited about that one. So, then we've got, I said it, Dale, and it came true. Gitz. I said Imperial Guard, and then I said Gitz. Now, I did get one thing wrong. Beasts of Chaos are coming out with Gitz. That I didn't expect. But to be fair, it was only the Bad Moon talking to me, not whatever the Beast of Chaos worship. So I'm
Taylor Swift goat.
Yeah. So we'll see if my prediction holds out. Next week will be World Eaters. But
I am really, really, really hoping that they have the book on sale at LVO early, which would be awesome. If not, I'm gonna mug AoS Coach while he's there, and hopefully he brought his book with him, because his preview video comes out while we're at LVO. It comes out on Saturday.
That makes sense.
So his breakdown.
But oh yeah. Because that's the day where the NDA goes. Yeah. You know, where they can post whatever they want, which is really cool. So yeah, I'm super excited for this. I've been painting like mad. I'm currently working on a Trog boss. I'll see if
no one ever leaks the books I want. We always get these books I'm not interested, where we see all these leaks like months beforehand, and then like Doors of Cain we didn't get any of until the week of.
Yeah.
And now Gitz we're not getting any until potentially the week of.
I think that's what it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be Saturday. Like I can't imagine anyone leaking stuff now.
No. I mean, it might be like it's like Doors of Cain, like the previews will come out the weekend, and then stuff will probably start leaking Sunday, Monday.
It's true. Also, Beasts of Chaos are coming out. They just did an article on them today, which was really cool.
Yeah, some interesting differences. I mean,
yeah,
nothing over the top with the. For those I haven't seen, they get like an out of phase shooting thing.
They can shoot from off the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, as pointed out, like it's an unbuffed unit shooting at the end of the movement phase,
totally.
Which is not gonna do massive amounts of like, even if you have 40 Encore or something, or it's still like you can't boost it, you can't get rerolls, you can't get pluses to hit or anything.
They're like, yeah, they're probably gonna be like 4s and 4s, no rend 1 damage. Yeah. But as Eric
it's a nice little difference.
Well, and I mean, yeah, it's just really thematic and awesome. Mm-hmm. The whole army can null deploy, which is freaking awesome. And then they went into a couple of different powers that like each unit has. That's the new Beast Lord. I actually think he's awesome. Mm-hmm. And then wait, this isn't the right article. I'm looking at the wrong thing. But our buddy the Squig Herder is coming out with the Gitz, as you would expect. But yeah, the whole army can deploy off the board, which is wild.
Victor von Shroom.
Yeah. And then they can add 1 to their charge rolls when they come on, and they can come on any board edge wholly within 9 inches and 9 inches away from the enemy. It's super cool. Fear the Ungo Raiders. I know. They're actually pretty cool, man. And then the Gore Stampede, if they make a charge, they get to do a 3-up strike last. That's so good. Like, man, Gore are going to be awesome. And then the Slangor can do once per game. They can fight twice, essentially. And Eric was saying like that's not that great because it's they're on a 5-up save. But if you pair that, as I was saying, if you pair that with the Gore, you fight last, and then I fight last, but I still get to fight twice before you do. So you can kind of like combo it off and whatnot. And then these guys are the guys that get to shoot from, what are they called again? Ungor Raiders. That's what it is. Ungor Raiders get to shoot from off the board. Like, oh man, that's so fun. That's so
It does have stipulations though. It's got to be, the unit has to shoot phase. It must target the closest enemy unit at that point.
Yep.
So you got to be.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, it's an option. It's a little thing that you can like. If there was that unit, or like thinking like shooting at things like Canary, which are an annoying unit, then you can actually shoot something like that and maybe do some damage. Things where it's like a small skirmishy unit or like that support hero or something.
Exactly.
That's gonna be like if you're shooting a Madcrat Shaman, you could take him off with Ungor.
Exactly, and you
can't with a turtle, but maybe Ungor.
So like. It says at the start of your movement phase, right? So I'm assuming that, I better make sure that this is correct. Because I think they would get to fire twice then, right? So.
Oh, if they come at the end of the movement phase, yeah.
at the end of the first and second movement phases. So at the end, right?
Yeah.
And then this one says at the start of your movement phase. So even if they're going to come on, you shoot them at the start of the movement phase, and then they come on at the end of the movement phase, and then you can just shoot them in the shooting phase.
Yeah.
So like 30 of them in sharpshooters. Not bad.
As Leviticus said, you could do if the whole army ambushes you, there's the opportunity where if you give them no board edge to come on, then it's game over. So what he's referencing there is there was a 40k thing back from ETC a long time ago, where I think it was White Scars versus someone, and the White Scar player deployed all his stuff in reserve because you could.
Yeah.
So the other guy had all these scouting units and stuff, and basically ringed the board edge with units in turn one, so when the guy couldn't come on the board, and won the game. And there's a famous picture online with basically the table ringed with miniatures and the guy like kneeling on the floor like this kind of thing, and in the background there's this guy like going through the rulebook with the left. Yeah.
I saw that on the Beast of Chaos group.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know what they were talking about. They're like, time to resurrect this photo, and I was like, huh? Like that doesn't even look like. Did you paint your whole Beast of Chaos army white? Like, right now I get it. Yeah.
So it's a whole comedy thing, and I think it was like from Truth or something. It was definitely a thing, but for a long time it's always kind of the meme of like, why did you deploy all your stuff off the board? You could have put some,
Yeah.
It's just an idiot thing.
Yeah, I like it. It's cool. I mean, I like that they're giving the army a lot of flavor. This was I think this wasn't Beast of Chaos the first non-Stormcast Nighthaunt book in AoS 2? Like, I think that's true.
Wasn't Beast of Chaos AoS 1?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, everyone. No, it couldn't have been. It couldn't have been because we had IDK and Daughters came right before the edition change, and Beasts. Wait, were they?
Yeah, it must have been AoS 1.
I don't think so. Needs more metal. Yeah, our buddy Eric, who has quite a few points of Beasts of Chaos, they're like half or more metal, so I feel his pain. Thanks for joining us, Alex. This last minute show that we had to put on. Someone let me know if I still think it's AoS 2. Yes, it's AoS 2. You know how I remember? Because it came out before Skaven got a book, like not that long before it. And Skaven came in 2019 in February. So
okay.
I'm almost positive. Anyway, they look really cool. They look really flavorful. I'm loving to see it. Hype for LVO, but not for the drive. Where are you coming from, Goatman? Goatman is a diehard Gitz, and I think he plays Skaven too, but I could be wrong. Actually, here we'll mention your event first, Dale. Cake or Death. Dale is throwing up his first event for Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
So
basically, Cake of Death was a tournament thing I did, I think twice in Warhammer.
Yeah.
And I think the first event we had 40, and the second event we had like 56 or 60. And then obviously the system changed. So in between last week and this week, Wet Coast GT cancelled. I don't know if we announced that last show because I think it was literally the day after the show it happened. So Wet Coast GT was
it happened right before the show, and that's why that's when you said I might do this.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I touched base because we have a big canteen area at work, and I spoke to my boss and the director and be like, "Hey, look, this has happened. You all know I'm into this nerdy stuff with toy soldiers. Can I run an event here?"
Yeah.
So we've managed to sort it out so we can run the event there, and then gonna kind of try and use it as a have lots of cool prizes to give people, but to also use it as a bit of a fundraiser. So then we can try and get some money aside for getting a venue for another one, and then have stagger from there. Because I don't know if I'll be able to do it more than once there. So it's kind of like let's get this, try and get some money, see what we can do, because I don't have money really right now to put down on a thing. So that's the plan. And the reason it's called Cake of Death is, as well as like best general, best overall, best in faction, best sports, and then there's gonna be player like a favorite army, but then player favorite army as well. So it's not just the best painted, it's the ones that people really like. Is there will be best cakes. So the idea is people can bring a cake if they want to. The last time we did it, we had 8 people bring cakes. And then
when was the last time you did it?
So this was in 2015.
Wow.
Yeah, because that was when it was Warhammer Fantasy. So Clark actually from the
Beastman player?
The Beastman player. He won best cake with a purple sun cheesecake, which had layers and stuff, and a big purple sun on the top from the Fantasy Purple Sun. But the idea is like there was like people that were like professional bakers and people that were like just home cooks and stuff. And Clark's like a home cook. He's a liar. Baking. And then there was 2 kind of prizes. So there was players vote and judges vote. And the idea is we have all these cakes. We have some external people in, i.e. partners of people, come in, get some cake. They tell us which one they really like. That wins a prize. And then the other ones is like the players vote on it, and then everyone gets cake.
That's awesome.
So it's an excuse for everyone gets cake, and it's like a fun little side thing, which some people really got into. So hopefully the same will happen. And it also means like, if you want to buy a cake, you can buy a cake. If you want to, if your partner wants to make a cake and you bring it along, that's also acceptable. It's just kind of like a really fun thing.
That's awesome.
So I'll be running an event. I might try and play in it as well. It's just really, I liked just dedicating my time to running it when I've done it before. So it really just depends on how much I can get all sorted out beforehand. And I might just be like, do the ringer thing, where it's like, if we need a ringer, I'll play. And then if not, then it's all good.
That's what Ryan did in their event. Yeah. Which, speaking of which, congrats to Ryan. He's a good friend of the channel, and he just ran his first 40K event in Toronto. And even though it was his first event, they had 55 people, which is amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, really cool. Oh, you're from California, Goatman? NorCal or SoCal? I've actually got family out there in both.
But, yeah, Lisa's parents are also Lisa.
Oh yeah, from
Santa Cruz.
Yeah, Dale's partner is from Santa Cruz. That's awesome. And now I want cake. Dale is a terrible person, as I was discussing before we started the show. I've had nothing but problems with my internet. And then he shows up, and luckily I figured it out because it was the way he was like pretending like his mic wasn't working. And I was like, your mic works. Like, I think you're just messing with me. But like, man, he is a terrible person. So just in case you were wondering, I was just daydreaming.
So Goman's coming down. He messaged me the other day on Discord, so he's come to LVO. So I have a patch for him.
Nice, that's awesome.
Gitz gang. With a little finger shanks.
Oh, did Goatman message you?
Yes, he messaged me on Discord.
Nice, heck yeah, Goatman, let's go.
So yeah, I'm gonna get the Gitz gang together. Really, Gitz gang. It's like Gitz gang shanking you with my pinky.
That's so sick.
I need to make sure I pick up Skittles on the way home tomorrow so I can fly them down with me to throw at people.
Throw at people?
Yeah.
Ow, what was that?
No, a throw bag.
I'm showing my love.
Pre-COVID times, I might have just thrown Skittles at people, but
just don't throw cake. Now. Don't throw cake.
No,
that's not cool. Check the fridge. I have vanilla slice. Close enough. Yeah, heck yeah. That's dope. Oh man, yeah, I'm jealous. I can't eat cake, so that's really good. Okay, so now we've got some statistics, Dale, right?
Yeah. So the one of the guys on the Twitters.
I've got it up.
He's helping co-organize the
I'm just gonna grab a water because I'm thirsty.
Have wine instead. It's basically he's done a lot of because I was doing some stats on Excel, just really raise factions and things like that. But then some people went more into details, so they've done ITC rank like points versus drops and all this sort of stuff to see kind of just saying like you know, people with more ITC points are kind of higher up in the rankings. So it's like being like, you know, does it really matter if you go a 1 drop in comparison to a 14 drop or things like this? But it's also other things as well. So they're covering like battle, grand strategies taken, armies taken, and just trying to go into like a bit more depth because it's like a big event you can pull lots of information on. So one of the things Rob hasn't got there yet is
I'm coming. Yeah.
Ew. It's
Okay, what am I supposed to look for?
Oh, I mean, if you could go down and find the
chance number of drops.
No, I was going to start off with just the number of armies at the event, like the breakdown of the armies.
Is it this
So
one?
for start, you have.
Is that it?
No, that's number of drops.
Okay. Wait.
Maybe that white one there. Yeah, well, you could use this one. So basically, this is their expectations of what they thought would be there in comparison to what the actual reality is. So from there, you can see at the start, they expected to be 30 Stormcast, and there are 40 Stormcast players.
Jeez.
40 Stormcast.
Why?
Yeah. They're the Space Marines.
No, I know. I understand that, you know, they're in all the starter boxes.
Yeah.
But I don't get why why there are even more than expected. Like 30 is a lot. 30 is like 10%. You know, little less than 10%. Now we've got. That's so much.
Yeah. Yeah, easy to transport. They're easy to paint. They're also a very diverse army. People forget this. Like,
I don't forget it, man.
You can do a lot with a Stormcast army.
There's way too many War Scrolls. Is that the new GHB? No, it's the old GHB, Keith. Yeah.
It's the new points for old GHB because when the pack was closed
that makes
on the 14th,
it's
the General's Handbook wasn't released yet, but the Battle Scrolls were released.
That's true.
So it's a shame to not have the first big event at be the new General's Handbook because it would have been a really good indicator. But also it meant that realistically, no one's had any practice with it because a lot of people have just been playing. Like I've not played any of the new General Handbook yet, apart from that weird game with Matthias.
I've played like 7 games or 8 games now, but it's basically LVO is supposed to be the cap at the end of the year. Yeah. And in this case, the season. It is what it is. It's kind of like unfortunately a lot of people have moved on from the old GHB.
Yeah.
But you know, it's LVO. It's still the biggest event. So yeah.
And it's like they might look at for next year as well, just depending on when things drop. Maybe they'll put it to a vote or something.
I think
in case.
Sorry.
You know.
I think
because again, if it's going to be a year, if we're getting them every 6 months. Next year it's going to have the same thing, pretty much, unless they change the date. So
totally,
that'll be something they'll have to kind of organize.
I think the coolest statistic here is the Ogre Maw tribes. They got 14 more.
Yeah.
But I don't know when they made the expectation, but I'm wondering if it was before they knew when.
Well, there's definitely a lot with it because obviously they're having to use the new points. So,
I see.
Had to drop things and stuff.
Oh, maybe. But
because they confirmed a couple of weeks ago it was going to be the new points.
Ogres are popular, though.
Yeah. And again, they're a thing a lot of people have access to from Warhammer. They're not a hard army to pick up and paint quickly either.
Yeah.
So some other high ones up there as well that kind of caught people up. You know, you got Maggot King. Daughters of Cain have a massive, like I think when we went in 2020, it was like 8 Daughters of Cain. And this time there's like 15. Sorry, 18.
Wow.
And there is a number, I can't remember how many it was. I think it's like.
I wonder if I can explain that.
There is a chunk of people that don't have Marathi either, so it's nice there's a good thing. Another interesting thing is I think there's only 15 Cron Spines across the 330 lists.
That's good.
Which is a massive change from how much we were looking at a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
So I think with it going up in points, but then everyone else's point, like if you think about Seraphon. Like Seraphon have had 2 points hit since then.
I know.
And the Cronspine went up 80 points. So it's just, I mean, you're probably looking at nearly like 300 points from the army that you would have had beforehand if you had the Cronspine and all the old stuff in it still.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not unhappy to see the back of Cronspine.
Yeah.
I think most people are pretty happy about that.
But I mean, if you look at it, there's a lot. I mean, obviously Order have a huge chunk there in the top. You've got Stormcast, Sylvaneth, you've got
Keita's like, look, there's the
Daughters.
one OBR player we talked about. Yeah.
Yeah, there's one
Oh man,
OBR player,
poor
that,
guy.
that little hero.
What
There's
a
like
champion.
seven Daughters of there's seven Gloomspite Gitz,
Like,
which
I'm
is down on what they fought, but like up the
I'm
Gloomspite.
I'm still like scarred from OBR, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're one of my least favorite armies, just from like what they were before. But like having said that, whoever that Bone Reaper player is, I salute you, man. That is so awesome. Good for you. Like,
And it
clearly,
shows you
that's
what
someone who
happened in a
loves the
couple of
army.
years, you know? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
OBR in 2020 were the biggest represented army, and
But
now there's one.
But like, what a champ though. Whoever is taking OBR, they love that army. Man.
That's the person that's going with zero expectations and
Yeah.
maybe hoping everyone's forgotten how to play against OBR. And
You know,
it's
or
gonna come in and
I
smash
don't
everyone
I don't
stupid.
think that's necessarily true. I think it's quite likely that they just love OBR. That's their army.
Well, to be honest, like a lot of the
Or
Gitz
maybe they're a
players,
hipster like you, Dale.
yeah, a lot of the Gitz players are going to be like, we just want to go and play. I hope they win the event too. It'll be hilarious. I hope the top 8 is OBR and 7 goes playing Gitz players. That'll be funny.
Awesome, especially now that we have like we've already got a meta change. So.
Yeah. Alex, I'm rooting for the OBR as well. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
It would be
I
hilarious
am
if
too.
that happened.
Just to be clear,
Yeah.
I'm super rooting for the OBR player.
I want to find who it is and just go and like buy him a drink or something.
Yeah, buy him a drink. Give him a pat and just be like, hey, this is an OBR, but okay. Should I move on to another one? Do we have any
But
faction breakdowns?
some of the interesting. So
Okay,
obviously
yeah.
we're looking at like you can see the stats there, but some of the big up and downs.
Yeah,
Look at Soulblight Gravelords.
that's huge.
They expected 13 and they got 5.
That's huge.
Massive, the biggest difference. And the other one was Skaven as well. Expected
Yeah.
16 and they got 10. Because again, it's like you're looking at new books, things that are coming out, things that are popular right now.
Well, Skaven are another one that is always super popular, but yeah, only 10 is surprising. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the or maybe it's because it's LVO and it's just like, ugh, you know what I mean?
And yeah, and LVO is like a complete,
Well, it's
mismatch
also
again
the
of
old
people.
meta where it's like the Skaven. If someone's like a diehard Skaven player, it's like, well, I don't really want to go to LVO because of bounty hunters. It's just like, don't want to. You know what I mean? I don't want to deal with that anymore. I don't know.
I'm gonna try and look up while we chat the OBR list. I remember he's pretty much near the end because of his name.
Okay.
I just can't remember his name because I just remember when I was going through it.
You're trying to pull it up?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go through because all the lists are live, but like again, there's 335 lists on here because again, there's people dropped and not dropped. So it's like, yeah, we're not going for those.
Yeah.
I know. I think like some of the YouTubers and podcasts out there. Oh, here we go. Petrifix Elite. So this guy is called Scott Dillon.
Okay.
He's running Petrifix Elite.
Attaboy, Scott. We salute you.
He's running Archon the Black.
Yo, if Scott ever wants to come on, if he wants to come on, I would love to have him on.
He's only got 2 heroes as well. So he's got Archon the Black and then Mortison Soul Mason.
Okay.
Then he's got Necropolis Stalkers, 340 points worth. So is that boosted or not?
They're pretty good.
Mortek Guard, Harvester.
Nice.
Bone Tithe,
Shrieker,
Nightmare Predator,
yeah,
and the Nexus. And he's got Expert Conquerors on the Mortek Guard. It looks like the Mortek Guards are in 20s because they're 280 points.
Yep, that sounds right.
Yeah. So three big blocks of Mortek Guards, 2 Harvesters, the Endless Bells, Arcan, and a Mason, and that 340 points of Stalkers.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, 20 Mortek Guard can be pretty. I'll be right on the 36 squigs into 20 Mortek Guard and see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was surprised. Like OBR still feels like super strong, but like that's just not the reality. I faced Matthias with his OBR and I played Skaven, and yeah, even though my cannons all blew themselves up turn one, I still managed to claw my way back into the game.
So I've posted up in the chat. That's the link to the guys list in case anyone wanted to go and look at it.
Nice. Yeah, that's so awesome. Yeah. Poor guy. Like, why are we centering in on this poor bastard?
Because he's going against the meta and being like,
because he's a champion.
I'm taking. But Alexis just again, he could just be like this hobby guy that plays with his friends, and he just smashes his friends with OBR. He's not gonna take OBR because they're broken. He's gonna turn up at LVO.
That's possible, but
only OBR player.
But that's a good list though, like for what our OBR can put on the field. So I think he's probably competitively minded, but
with the scenarios, it's not like a lot of them are the 3 or the 4 cap ones, and with like 3 units and 20 Mortic Guard in Expert Conquerors, they can push and sit on points.
Yeah.
And if you can't, and if you don't have Expert Conquerors or you don't have a way of shifting them, then because there are a lot of people that don't have Bounty Hunters going.
Well, and if you're primarily a melee army, and there's quite a few of them in AoS, then you might have more trouble because
like I might, like with my Gitz, I might have a struggle, but again, it's like at least I have the Expert Conquerors aspect of it as well. So it's like, it's like, especially being able to get the extra, the rend and stuff, and the fight and death and stuff might actually change that matchup around from what it could have been if I didn't have those things anymore.
Totally.
But no, it's gonna be. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. There are so many people that one of the things I'm big excited on is I've only been to this once, and that was when I just started playing AoS. So I'd gone to Kippers, and that was the year Kippers only half the people managed to go because of the massive storm. So I met most of Warp Dice for the first time at LVO.
Right.
And I I didn't know people like I know today. And then over the last couple of years, I've just built up a lot of contacts and friendships on Twitter. So being able to actually meet a lot of those people this weekend is going to be a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Is there anything more you wanted to talk about from the statistics that I should pull up?
Not really, but the Thursday night is the preview night. I managed to get one of the free tickets for that. So hopefully, unless something comes up, I'll be going along for the preview and have a look.
Nice.
I won't be able to do anything from there because
you're not allowed.
Yeah.
But maybe you can ask a cool question and tell us what the answer was.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us if Dale gets to ask a question.
Yeah, give me a cool question.
Give him a cool question. Now, you can't, just to set this up for everyone, you can't be like, when is corn coming out? They're never going to answer it, right? But you can phrase some of those things in a way where you can sometimes get an answer, or like at least a partial answer. So
why is the next Primarch a Chaos Primarch, and why is it Lionel Johnson?
yeah, exactly. Oh man, they're so not going to answer that unless he's already previewed at the show. He might be though.
I love trolling people that Dark Angels are Chaos. It's so much fun.
They are Chaos.
It's such an old thing, but yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? The reason why it's fun though is because it's true. Yeah.
Some people get really different. So there's a guy, Chris Rose. Do you ever meet Chris Rose?
No.
He's an English guy who used to run some events, and he was a Dark Angels player, and he had a Dark Angels tattoo. And like the first couple of times I said it to him, he kind of like half-ass laughed at it. He started getting really like angry and threatening whenever I did it.
Come on,
and I was
man.
like, it's a meme, get a life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a joke.
And if you're that defensive, then you're probably true. You are Chaos. Heretic.
Yeah. Well, and like what if they do turn out to be heretics? They're not going to, obviously, right? But even if they did, it's like, anyway. My camouflage is working. That's because I'm a forest goblin.
Yeah, I still want there to be a big shift, so like Mortarion becomes loyalist again, and then the Lion becomes chaos. Fine.
Alex, that's not the right question. It should be, what is the air speed velocity of an unladen Storm Talon? There you go. They're not going to know anything about birds.
It's a Monty Python thing.
I know.
I was about to say, if you didn't get that, I was going.
But how are they supposed to answer it? They're Warhammer people.
So yeah, it's going to be hopefully a good preview. Will be nice.
Like I hope so.
Big preview, like they've been stalling for this. So
I'm not holding my breath.
I think you're going to see like a load of Seraphon stuff. And
oh man, I hope so.
Blades of Khorne and Slaanesh.
I don't think so.
I think they're going to shoehorn quite a chunk into it. Like it's a big event, and the next big one is Adepticon.
What did they show last year? See, we don't even remember.
Wasn't it?
Oh, it was Horus Heresy.
Yeah, but also
I think it was the big Horus Heresy video with Horus in it. Maybe I'm wrong. I think that's what it was, but do you guys remember new Stormcast range for AoS 4?
Lumineth from Lords.
That's the low hanging fruit, right? It's anytime there's a preview. So, what do you think we're gonna get other than Lumineth Realm Lords?
Oh, okay. So, if this is right, it was the Eldari.
Okay.
Arena of Shades, Carvana.
Okay.
A group for Kill Team, Ashlands for Necromunda.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was the Eldari Corsairs for Kill Team.
I remember that too, actually. Yeah. That was cool. That was before we started doing the podcast, though, right?
So the Arena of Shades was the Daughters of Cain and
and the Night Haunt.
Night Haunt teasers.
Totally.
Yeah. So then, like, if you're repeating that, then we're looking at Seraphon and someone else.
I don't think Seraphon are getting a split box though, if they're getting that big of a refresh. But what if we see like the Slaves to Darkness exclusive box? That would be
maybe, but I mean, we've not had. So I mean, Gitz and Beast of Chaos aren't getting a split box, so they haven't done a split box since Skaven.
No, they've done one after that, right?
I think because Ogres didn't have one.
No, Ogres did not. That is correct.
So wasn't it Skaven and Sylvaneth?
Skaven and Sylvaneth were a box. No way. Was that the last one?
I think so.
Slaves got one. I think of one. Are they not doing split boxes anymore? That would be crazy.
No, I can't think of one after that.
What?
Can anyone else?
Okay, 1 second. Here, I'll pull up. I
was Google searching it, but
I'll just pull up Games Workshop because if I just look through them, I think Khorne and Slaanesh are getting one. No matter what, I think they're getting one. Okay, here we go. So we got Order. Cities, no. Daughters, no. Fyreslayers and Idoneth were before that. Caradron,
I think,
no.
Lumineth and Zinch were before.
Yeah.
Weren't they before that, though?
No, they were after. I'm 99% sure they were after.
Okay.
Yeah, so them, and then no Skaven were the last one, and then Maggotkin didn't get one. Zeech is on here. Beasts of Chaos didn't get one. Night Haunt got theirs, and nothing there.
That was at the beginning of the year.
What? Yeah, I think you're right. So just Titsnitch and Lumineth came after. What? That's wild.
Yeah, because Suns didn't get one. Ogres didn't get one.
Thanks. Sorry, I didn't see your message.
Gitz didn't get one.
Ledivicus. Sorry to say. Wow. Hey, actually, I'm gonna put this back on on this guy because it makes me happy. Actually, I'll put it on the battle tome because I think the last week's we had that guy. Yeah. So maybe Seraphon getting their full like a maybe they'll get like a proper box like Slaves to Darkness.
I mean, yeah, I was about to say you could have Khorne and Thing, but then that's 2 Chaos, but they're not even like the big opposing ones because it's Khorne and Zinch and Nurgle and
well, don't forget
Slaanesh that are the.
Don't forget Slaanesh and Khorne had a box set like 3-4 years ago, maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, there is a potential of an undead group as well.
Wait, what?
So Soulblight could get a new book.
That's true.
Because remember, if we got the.
But I don't think we're getting that till the end of the year, though. I don't think we're getting Soulblight. Like I know that rumor. I'm pretty sure that rumor. You know, like the one with the.
Okay. So the roadmap is winter is Slaves of Darkness, Beasts, and Gloomspite.
Yeah,
and then it's Order, Chaos, Chaos, Death, Death.
Yeah. Which
would be Feck, and unless there's
OBR.
A new one, OBR or.
There's no way Soulblight gets one before OBR.
Probably not.
There's no fucking way. Unless, excuse me.
Well, you say that, but Lumineth Realm Lords have had multiple books before other people.
Freaking Lumineth. Yeah.
But it's true. It's true.
I actually hope, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but I hope that Lumineth are the new Stormcast.
I'm sorry as well. Daughters of Cain. Daughters of Cain had 2 books in a year.
Oh yeah.
So it's happened.
It's possible. Oh no, it's happened. But like, okay, so it's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. What I'm saying is OBR have to get one, right? But wait. But why not just roll FEC into Soulblight? Like, why not?
Because then you'll have even less death factions. But you also have to think about as well.
That's true. But they should just come out with another one.
We were in this place last year when we were like, oh, it's going to be the Ogres and Gitz. It's going to be the Ogres and Gitz. And what did it end up being? Ogres and Sons. Yeah. And then 4 months later, the Gitz book. So this could be the same.
It kills me to say this, Dale, but you made a good point.
Yeah. So you have 2 death books here. One could be Soulblight, one could be Feck, and then you've got an Order, and then another summer book could be, because there still might be more summer books. Oh. This is just like the first half of the year kind of thing.
Right.
So we still have the second half of the year to see. So again, after summer, we could be looking at another death book, and they'll just do all of them in 1 year, apart from Nighthaunt.
I would be flabbergasted if we didn't get an OBR book.
But I'm just looking at the way of historically what's happened. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the books that need it that are going to get it.
It's almost never, but it usually is the books that haven't gotten one in the longest time, and OBR does fall into that. Make Soulblight and Flesh Eater Course into one. Yeah, exactly. But then make Cetra his own faction. Yes. All of that. What Jamesy said, make it happen, GW. Yeah. Because, like...
I mean, there is a chance for it to happen. Nagash isn't around, technically.
Yeah, well, not just that, but you know what? Like, I don't think I'm the only person who is tired of the only death factions. Like, only... The death factions all only worship Nagash. I think we need a new death god in town, right?
And I kind of feel that's, like, one of the things that's definitely pulling the death faction down. Because like we want to play, like I really wish Soulblight had split off.
Me too.
And they were their own thing, and like having Manfred and Nefertata and all that sort of stuff like as separate things, and then just like have anti-Nagash kind of thing.
Exactly.
Because I definitely feel they need to do some sort of thing, because you have the poster boys, you have OBR, which are the we are made by Nagash kind of thing. And then Death, you get a Nighthaunt, you get it. Feck should be a complete separate thing.
They hate Nagash. So it makes sense for them to split off.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the Carrion King like helps them split off. When you have your death god eat all the other death gods when setting up the world, it's bound to happen. It's true. Nagash was killed time for it. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Or do FEC right and resculpt them with full out Bretonia armor. Yes, all of the above. Can we just get the chat suggestions and GW to listen to them? That would be fantastic.
I mean, if you had zombies in Bretonian Tabard kind of thing, and like, you know, actual, like if you had those crypt horrors with bits of armor attached to them,
yeah,
they would be so popular. Like I think they would massively sell if there was just that more of an element of the actual kind of Parker's trying to get next to you.
Honestly, I think that FEC is in GW's like what 40-year history. How long have they been going? 30 years?
Yeah.
Or 30 years, something like that, right? In GW's 30 years of making Warhammer Fantasy and such, I think FEC is the second greatest achievement in imagination they've ever accomplished. But the models are just old Strigoi models, right? They need to do them justice. And yeah, that would do it.
Which is why, like, if you made it that they were getting like a little bit more, I wouldn't say conscious, but they were realizing that they weren't in the armor that they were seeing in their visions. But like when they just strapped a random thing to them, it's like, oh, this is my holy armor. Like it would be a cool effect. Like it would be really good. And there'd be an easy conversion thing. You could add on. You could sell a little armor kit. You could add on to your current fleck.
That would be amazing. I don't know if they'll do that. They'll probably just go for full resculpts, just because GW 40 plus. Exactly, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, man. Like, did you hear on Warhammer Weekly they talked about instead of having the Lady of the Lake, you have like this Hag of the Lake that's in like it's in like a pool of blood or something like crazy like that. And then they all see it as the Lady of the Lake, but she's actually like this horrible, like bog hag or something wild. Oh, that would be so dope. Send me a link to your podcast in their feedback email. Send them a link. Yes. Okay. Yes. That's a good idea. Not the FAQ one, but like, yeah, if you have that, I don't know. Actually, this wouldn't be the best one because it's like, I don't know, guys, this thing might go off anytime. By the way, I said I would say it every now and again, but I was having some really bad trouble with my internet today, so it's possible that my internet connection could go out at any point. They're coming to fix it properly on Thursday, hopefully, but if we just go off the air and you guys never hear from us for the rest of the night, then that's what happened. I apologize in advance. Hope not. I'm so tired of it. I'm very, very tired of my internet going out for no reason at all. I forgot to mention in the I've got a new Patreon exclusive battle report going up. It's going to be Stormcast Eternals versus Eric Stormcast Eternals versus Andy's Cities of Sigmar Tempest Eye. And what the crap. So I faced that list before with my Seraphon, and it is terrifying. Andy's list is horrible, and he is also a bad person because it's awful, Dale. So good luck to those that face it. Nice, thanks, Jamesy. Yeah, me too. I think Gitz are going to be really awesome. But thanks for hanging out. Wish Dale good luck in the tourney, or wish everyone luck. And if you're going as well, good luck to you at LVO. But yeah,
5-0 with Gitz.
Yeah. That would be freaking unreal. I hope so.
Well, someone went 4-1 at CanCon with Gitz.
Okay.
That was with a Trog list.
Okay.
With no Kragnos or anything. So that's the target now. That's the hero. So I gotta try and 4-1 or 5-0.
Is that Stuart? that went 4-1? Or no, I think Stewart's in the UK, right? I can't remember.
I can't remember who it is. It's
there's someone who's like a huge fan of Trogs, and I can't remember.
Oh no, it's not him.
Okay.
No, I have him on Twitter.
Not him from the WhatsApp group, hey?
Mm-hmm. No.
Also, the champion we need. Oh, hello. That scared me.
I'm just scrolling up. See, his name was.
Oh, that was you.
What was me?
Oh, posting the stream. It just came up
now.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, okay. I also pretended to be frozen for like 20 seconds, but you didn't notice you weren't looking.
It's
so he took a trog list.
Oh, you were pretending to be frozen?
Yeah, like 10 minutes ago. I was like,
yeah.
Wait for a minute. So he had a Loon Blossom Mangler, Green Crack, and a Madcap Shaman.
Nice.
Pretty much the same setup I have, except I have.
Wait, why would you take Green Crack in a trog list?
Because it wasn't a trog list. I thought it was, but it was a squid list.
Okay.
So where he has, I have Kamiha, and he has, he took Flaming Weapon, where I put Hand of Gork on my Mangler Squig, and then Itchy Nuisance on my Shaman. So then he's got 30 Squig Hoppers.
Wow.
40 Shooters, and then 24 Squigs. Nice. And then 6 Sneaky Snufflers, 6 Sneaky Snuffers, and a Marsh Crawler.
That makes sense. I was going to say, I bet you he has Dobby.
Yeah. So, the 30 Squig Hoppers have the potential for a big chunk of mortal wounds. 30 dice on a 4+.
Okay.
But yeah, I doesn't have necessarily the same staying power.
Keith thought you were having a stroke.
Yeah.
I'm just painting.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm just having a jolly time painting, and Dale's pretending to have a stroke and or possibly freeze. Didn't even notice.
Yeah, I know. Story of my life.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Everyone's got to have a good time.
Yeah.
Celebrate good times. Come on, let's celebrate.
What's the guy's name? I'm trying to find it.
Is he going to LVO?
No, it was just Australia.
Okay.
I think only Coach and a couple of people are going over for it.
I don't blame them. It's expensive.
It's like a 14-hour flight or something as well.
I think it's longer than that.
Oh yeah, is it? It may be a 14-hour and then another one.
Yeah, I think if you go from Australia straight to Vancouver, it's like a 23-hour flight or something absolutely insane. Yeah, and you usually, but although, I guess it makes sense that it's.
I suppose we're in Australia as well. Oh, put a beat. Wrong way.
How dare you?
It's been a long week. Long week.
Tell me about it.
I keep burping.
Did you have?
No, I can't find it. I can't find the guy's name. I'm sure someone posted a reply going, "Oh, that was so and so," but then I can't find it. So CanCon was 202 players.
Wow, that's still a lot of people, man.
Yep. But I mean, it's showing you the growth of the system.
For really sure, cool. It's really cool that it's.
Right. And for those that have got nothing to do on Friday and Saturday and potentially Sunday, they are streaming. So it's actually Games Workshop that are streaming AoS.
Oh, cool.
And I think they're doing the whole of AoS. So that means there should be 3 games on Thursday, 2 games on Friday. Sorry, 3 games on Friday, 2 games on Saturday, and then 3 games on Sunday.
Well,
and then there's also the doubles on Sunday as well. A lot of people forget about the doubles. So how the doubles works is you can, because most people, if you lose a game on Friday or Saturday, it means you're not getting into the final 8. So that's when everyone starts going to buy their doubles tickets and they find someone to team up with. Because it's just 2 1,000 point lists. So I think actually last year, I think it was Ricky Fisher and Matt Beasley won the doubles.
Oh, cool.
Not like in 2020, I think it was. I don't know if they went last year. But yeah.
I agree with Keith though. Yeah. People that travel by plane with their armies are brave. I have watched baggage handlers at work before. Totally. I saw a video of the baggage handlers like doing like WWF moves where they were like body slamming it, like elbow dropping on them for fun and whatever, and laughing and stuff like that. I'm just like, jeez. Yeah,
so my
explains so much.
clothes and my buildings for my display board are in my hand luggage, and then my personal item is my carry case army bag that is the freezer bag with the magnetic case inside, with all my dice and everything in there. And then if they make me check one, I will check in the hand luggage one, because that's like not the one I'm worried about everything getting broken.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that's why.
The good thing is as well is like the majority of my army is squigs,
yeah,
and they're not that easy to break in comparison to a lot of the other stuff. So it might only be like some lances or something. So I will take glue with me just in case.
What are you taking that has lances?
Boingrots.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Boingrots bounders.
Gina's a 5 Boingrots.
Nice. Yeah. I just put together a unit of Boingrots. They're cool.
Just all the models are so cool. They're the best.
Yeah. I wish there was like there's a decent amount of variety, but I wish there was a little more. You know what I mean? But what are you gonna do?
Speaking of which, for those people that like 3D printing, Gamek is someone I follow on Patreon for 3D printing, and he is starting in February releasing his Gloomspite, well, not Gloomspite, but like Madcap Goblin range.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, that'll be kind of cool to have, as if anyone wants any like additional options or just some different ideas.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing that's been announced as well, I don't know if that was announced between last week, is the Open Series is coming back. And then the World Series.
So we did talk about the Open Series when they first announced it.
I can't remember.
But I don't know if there's any more details or anything.
Well, they're coming. So basically, there's only going to be one in the Pacific Northwest, and that's in Tacoma.
No, exactly.
Yeah. So they're not doing the San Diego one this year. And then the rest are on the East Coast. So there's definitely a good chunk of us hopefully going to go down this time to the Tacoma one.
That would be cool.
The one that Matthias has to defend his title.
Indeed. No, Keith, there has not been any sign of the Gitz spider. I think it's going to end up being a Warcry model or maybe an Underworlds model.
Unless it's a fake out, because nothing's been leaked of the book yet. Oh, but then it won't be. Well, it might be. Coach did release the notes for, if you look on his video, his preview video, it's kind of got the timestamps, and it has spiders and stuff in there, but it doesn't say anything about any of the new stuff.
No.
So there is a possibility some stuff could be revealed this weekend, and they've like kept it uber quiet.
I don't think so, because they're coming out, like they would have shown it in the Sunday preview, right? I think it's going to be like a Hunters of Huanchi style, thing that you can use, but I don't think there's anything in the book.
Yeah.
A new incarnate? Whoa. That would be cool.
No, it wouldn't. No more incarnates. Don't want them, thanks.
I mean, we know we're getting more incarnates.
Oh, something that was kind of interesting was, so the AoS app updated last week.
Yep.
And one of the interesting things was someone posted a thing where the Blades of Corn have an ability to link a greater demon to a hero.
Yeah.
And that's not something that any of the other Chaos factions got.
That's true.
Either.
It was basically a leak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of leak, not a leak, but that definitely means Korn are probably getting a book soon. But was that?
I always feel bad for those people because I've worked on that end of things, and I know how bad most of the providers are. For, when they give you content, they're just so bad at being specific and whatnot. Anyway, Incarnate of Arachnophobia is the coolest idea I've ever heard.
I don't think
Alex would appreciate that one.
Alex isn't afraid of spiders, is he?
I think he's not a big fan of spiders if it's realistic looking spider.
Oh, that's fair. I am a big fan of spiders, and the only ones I don't pick up are the ones when they're really big, just because.
I was looking at Twitter in a minute, and Old Town Throwdown's done her most important stat, name distribution. So there is 11 Matt or Matthews, 9 Mike or Mitchell, 9 Chris or Christopher, 7 Ryan, 6 Andrews, 6 Jameses, 5 Bills, 5 Davids, 5 Johns, 5 Josh, 5 Dan or Daniels. I will be the only Dale.
Nice. Oh, I didn't know that, Alex. Apparently, yeah, he used to be an arachnophobic. Arachnophobic. Yeah, used to have arachnophobia. Can stand them as long as they're tiny and don't move.
I didn't realize it was you actually had arachnophobia. I'm very glad I know that now, because I might have been a little goblin a plan and done something mean. So I'm glad I know now it was actually a phobia, so not to do that.
Dale is evil, so it's a good thing.
I'm not evil, I'm chaotic neutral. There's a difference.
I don't know, man.
Maybe balancing those. Am I the only Dale? I am the only Dale. Oh no, there's a Dale Durham. Damn it. Not even the only Dale.
So many D's there.
What the F? There is a Dale Drum. No, not even unique.
You should can you grudge him?
I'm gonna hunt him down and murder.
You should grudge him.
Because he's using he's using Nighthaunt, and that might not go well for me.
Oh, fair, yeah.
He's using Nighthaunt with Nagash, that might definitely not go well for me.
There will be violence. There will be blood.
Oh, then again, it's Nighthaunt and Nagash, and he's a battle drop, and he has no bounty hunters or no expert conquerors. I will just sit on the objectives, and you can kill me as much as you want.
Back to grudging him.
Back to grudging him. That's a fight I can win.
We will duel over who gets the name of Dale.
Oh, you can hand that does something. I have no cares.
Yeah. Pranks involving known phobias are just mean, not very funny.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, I don't mind having a laugh with someone, but if it's actually a phobia, then it's like, no, that's too far. That's a no.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and it's actually kind of dangerous because like people can freak out. Like you've ever seen some of those old like America's Funniest Home Videos where like people were like pretending to be a scarecrow on Halloween, and then when they went to ring the doorbell, they like jump up. Like I've seen so many people get punched doing that. It's crazy. But you kind of have to know. Or what's his name? Borat. You know what I mean? Those jackass pranks.
You mean like Rudy Giuliani pulling his pants down for an underage reporter?
No, I meant like how they took like an actual poop in a toilet store.
Oh, jackass! I thought you said Sacha Baron Cohen.
I said Borat, jackass.
Okay,
yeah. Like all that stuff. When people don't know, man, you gotta assume some risk, I think. But yeah, man.
I've got nothing else. If you Modja gets like crowns riding spiders, try and cover up as many bases as possible.
You know what I actually wanted to do, Ludivicus? I wanted to when I first got Gitz like 4-ish years ago, I only had spiders. And what I was going to do is I was going to take green stuff and mod all their ears to make them look like gremlin ears, shave down their nose, and paint them all like gremlins. But I was just like, that's so much work.
Do it.
I mean, it's too late now. I've already finished a bunch of spiders. But I would have to do it for all of them, too, or they wouldn't match. I love gremlins, though. Maybe someday.
I would also love to do squigs like Critters from the film Critters.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what I always thought, like where the cross between like Critters and Fizzgig from the Dark Crystal.
You should do You know what you could do is like the bounty hunters, the space bounty hunters. You could do the squig herder as
Oh
like
yeah.
the bounty hunter from Critters.
And then the mango squid could just be the giant bowl of critters.
Yeah. Oh, that would be so sick. Yeah, you guys are making me regret my weakness.
Yeah. That would be cool. I mean, that would be a pretty fun army.
As long as your goblin shaman on the Arachnarot was Gizmo. Oh man, I missed so many opportunities. I should have brought this up before I started.
You could have had for your madcap shaman with the moonface mama, it could be like the flashing gremlin, and then like there could be a sock puppet over his chin.
Oh my god, that would be so sick. Yeah.
Just grab an Ewok from Star Wars.
I've got the flashing gremlin. What's it called? Like the little like, it's not a bobblehead, but like those little dolls. Yeah. And yeah, I've got a couple of those. Oh man. Gremlins are so awesome. I think Gremlins 1 is my favorite movie.
I heard Disney Plus were going to be doing a Gremlins series.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know if it was animated or...
Wait, but aren't they...
It was like the origin of Mogwai or something. The Secrets of Mogwai, yeah.
What?
So it's a cartoon, HBO Max, coming 2023. It's called cool. Secrets of Mogwai, and I think it's supposed to be about the origins of Mogwai, but it's kind of like it looks like a cutesy cartoon.
Is it? Oh, is it? Okay, that would be cool. I thought it was gonna be like a.
But it's got a pretty well-known cast.
Really?
Like Ming Na Wan is in it as a character, and James Hong. Yeah.
Is James Hong the guy from who's like in Indiana
Lotan? Yeah.
Okay. He was in that movie Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh no, not him. No. James Hong.
Oh, the old guy.
He played, he played like Lotan and stuff like this, and from Big Trouble in Little China.
Right, and he was he the old guy in Gremlins 1 and 2?
No, I
right.
don't know if he was the same. No, it wasn't.
Wait, I think he was in Everything Everywhere All at Once though. He was the father, right?
No, that's the guy who was
the grandfather.
Short round in...
No, the grandfather.
Oh, it could be the grandfather. Maybe.
I think he's the grandfather. Just grab an Ewok from Star Wars game, and you're most of the way there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Gong. Yeah, James Hong was the grandfather. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. He was in Diablo, I think.
He did loads of stuff.
Yeah. He's so
been
prolific.
In a butt ton of different things. He's always, because he's got like a very unique American Asian voice. Yeah, Kung Fu Panda, Big Trouble in Little China, I think Everywhere at Once.
I remember him in Big Trouble in Little China. He was the bad guy.
Yeah, Lotan.
Oh man,
I love that film.
I haven't seen it in so long, but I remember liking it when I was a kid. Does it hold up?
It's still a very much fun movie to watch.
Cool. Okay.
I mean, there are some bits that probably aren't as PC as they are now, but like, it's still like pretty cool thing.
Cool. Heck yeah.
Yeah. He's done so like his IMDb literally from like TV shows and movie, it goes down like 50 pages or something.
I have a lot of respect for people who do that kind of thing. Like
455 acting credits.
Jeez.
Wow.
And I think he was in Diablo 3 as the guy you rescue in the tunnels.
Yeah. Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls.
Nice.
The jeweler. Yeah.
I'm not great with faces, but I'm really good with voices.
Yeah. But he's been like his Call of Duty Black Ops.
Jeez.
World of Warcraft, Diablo 2. Yeah, he's done a lot of like everything from like movies to gaming to like TV series. A lot of voice acting stuff like Dragon Dynasty, Avatar: The Last Bendber.
Oh, that's cool.
but he's done so many things. You're like just scrolling down. It's just like even Tank Girl. He was in Tank Girl the movie.
Wasn't he one of the stonebender people in Avatar?
I think so.
Oh man.
Yeah. Anyway, guy is a acting legend. Yeah.
How do we even get onto this? Oh yeah, converting Gitz.
Gremlins. converting.
Like what the crap?
Random conversation and then going down things. Speaking of Ewoks, if you ever played the Star Wars Age of Empire games, there used to be a cheat code you can put in, which was called Simon the Killer Ewok.
Okay.
And basically it would spawn an Ewok in the game, which literally like one or two killed anything in the game. And you could keep typing the code in. So you could literally have this army of 50 Simon the Killer Ewoks running across the level and just destroying everything in their path.
That was the RTS Star Wars game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I ever played
Age
that.
of Empires. I'll see if I can find a video of it now. It was just very silly.
It looked cool. I just never got a chance to play it.
Again, silly gaming things from the past. And yeah, and it made like Bouicha noises and stuff, and it was just like these little Ewoks just running around, literally just killing everything with like a laser blast. I think they were kind of immortal as well.
Nice. So, what do you anticipate being your most difficult matches at LVO?
I don't know if you guys did on another episode, but you have predicted who is going to be the big bad top 3 factions in season 2 yet.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes, distraction from the fact of I'm probably gonna lose to everyone. I don't know. It's gonna be. It is really like for LVO, and like if I get the matchups like I got in 2020, I could very easily form one. It just really depends on like there's a lot of good players going, but there's also 330 odd people. So like the good players I know are probably like 30 to 40 of those 330 people.
Yeah.
And the rest is everyone else that's going. So it's can I dodge a big name person or like someone who's like a high level player up until the last rounds, or even until if I could get into the final 8. Like if I can get to the final 8, that would just be I'm done. Like I don't care if I lose the next game. It's like whatever. With Gitz 5-0 and 0ing at LVO would be hilarious. But I very much doubt it. Like I'm doing more for the fun, and if I do well, I do well. But I have no expectations because yeah, it's really going to depend on matchups.
That's fair.
And there's also the first game as well, because like if you get an easy-ish or a good matchup game 1 and you smash your opponent, you're going to have a high chance of going against one of these good players as well. Like there's a lot of that, so it just really depends on what I get and who I get. And as long as I can have fun, that's all that matters. The big top 3 factions for season 2.
I was just thinking about that. Like,
I
love that question.
Dale versus if that would be amazing. Gloomspike Gitz versus OBR on the Games Workshop channel.
But that would mess up
that would just
all the statistics.
That would just be so much fun. It was just
Carson. Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you, Carson. So I think Lumineth Remlords are going to be very good. They have the ability to kill Galatian champions with Sentinels and other stuff, like not just Sentinels. They have other ways of doing it if they take the battalion. They also have solid magic as well with Teclis to be able to do it, even if they don't take the battalion. Like Teclis can easily one-shot a Galatian champion if he rolls well. And they have a good number of heroes they can have as Galatian champions. Some of which, if you've got the Scenari ones, you're already getting bodyguard if you take Blade Lords. So you could take 2 Scenari heroes and have 2 units of 5 Blade Lords, and you're going to have pretty hard to kill Galatian champions because of bodyguard.
So before I forget, Carson has been starting on his Slaves to Darkness, and he's doing this amazing theme, and he's got an awesome backstory for them. So Carson, if you don't mind me sharing it, let me know, and then send me a picture just so I can find it easily, and I'll put it up and talk about it. It's so rad, but I don't want to put it up if you don't want me to. Armies with the strongest game-changing support heroes. Yeah, so I was
My
just talking
second one
about
on that is Stormcast.
Stormcast, I agree.
Because again, plenty of heroes that are non-special characters and have a free-up armor save.
Yep.
And they have the tools to be able to take out your long strikes.
And they're pretty sturdy as well.
Yeah.
I really like the Mega Boss on foot now.
Yeah. Oryx are good.
He is a killer diller in the streets and in the sheets, from what I hear. And I do like Fire Slayers. I like what you said about Fire Slayers, but I think they're also kind of easy to kill.
They've got, well, I mean, remember, a lot of their heroes can get ward saves.
Yeah, it's true, but and so can everyone now.
True.
But I really like, I think ogres have potential too, because they have like a decent amount of wounds. They're pretty, they can be kind of slappy. Yo, Sean, what's up, man?
You can take the new ugly one where you can't even see him.
Why call him the ugly one?
But he's you can't even see him because he's got that rule.
Yeah, the blood pelt hunter.
Yeah,
something like that.
See, for me, it's definitely Lumineth.
That's perfect, Carson. Thank you.
And Stormcast, the top three, and then the third one could be Fire Slayers, it could be Iron Jaws, it could easily be Zinch, because again, Zinch have the magic capability of killing Galician champions without having to worry about shooting.
Okay.
Captain Badhead, yeah. And then ogres are the same, where they can have a lot of chunky, non-named heroes that can be really hard to deal with.
Yeah.
And the other thing as well is having those Galician champions that can synergize well with your units. I wanted to originally put in, I was going to take a Auric War Clan Mega Boss with 6 Troggoths, and that was going to be my hero and units, because again, super small footprint, really hitty unit, but you can't give the Auric champion one of the enhancements because he's an ally, and then I don't know if they have to be battle line to be the thing, because I tried putting Troggoths in with a fungoid and it said I couldn't do it. So
ogres not facing bounty hunters sounds like happy times for ogres. I mean,
yeah, and that's another big thing.
Yeah, I mean, all destruction armies are going to benefit massively from that. Okay, so I found Carson's. Let me see if I can put it.
I would say Troggoths could do really well with a new book.
Oh, that's true.
Troggoths, but the problem is
their heroes are
their heroes
they're
are
not Galician champions. So, okay, did I put it up? There we go. Okay, so this is Carson's beautiful, awesome Slaves to Darkness. Wait, and so he sent me. Actually, I'm gonna wait. Where does it go? So I'm
gonna say Gloomspite Gitz because new hero.
I think it's gonna be hard without a rollover of wounds, or before I forget, so he has a post on the Slaves to Darkness.
Stunning.
Yeah, they're so pretty, and each one has their own what's it called, regalia, and their own house, like Bretonia, only they're fallen Bretonian heroes kind of deal. And he's got a whole story of it on Reddit, on the Slaves to Darkness Reddit, and it's freaking awesome. I would highly suggest you read it. And yeah, it's called My Homebrew Faction, the Buyer's Pride. Lore in the comments, and you can read it. I won't read out the whole story, but it's really awesome. And Carson also had a really cool idea of a new kind of thing to do on the channel, and I'm totally down for this. I haven't had a chance to write my own lore, but we're gonna start maybe doing an army focus. So for his will be these guys, or maybe his ogres first, I don't know, but we'll write a story and we'll just kind of narrate a story, and that'll just be a video. It's like one of the armies and their backstory. It'll just be like a 5-minute video or something like that. But it would be really fun and cool. So yeah, he has like some more plans, obviously, and each guy's gonna have their own thing. But god dang, that especially the weapons and the oops, I don't know why it went away, but it did. My apologies. So I love the weapons and the banner. It's so pretty. So yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. That looks like about 20 painting steps beyond where I stop and call it finished. Alex says he thinks his bases have more steps.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, a lot of love going into these guys, which is cool. I'd love to hear more about everyone else's armies in that sense. Yeah, like I think it's a fantastic idea that you had, and I'm looking forward to. I've already got a story written for my Idnith Deepkin that I wrote like way before I started the channel, so I'll have to find that somewhere. I've got a name for them and everything. Yeah.
I'll wait for the new book and then I can do mine. It's kind of one of the reasons I'm glad I haven't played any of the new General's Handbook yet, because I can go into it fresh with the new army book.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it's gonna be
my guys are called the Once in the Blue Moon Gitz.
Nah.
It's a lot of light blue. I'm almost done another 24 squigs. But yeah. Love Dale's Gitz. And Carson said he loved your Gitz and your display.
Yeah, no, I'm just putting my reply of paint my army.
Yeah.
Make my army look pretty. Like, my army looks cool, but make it look pretty too.
Yo, Alex, me too. That's the exact same thing I was thinking. The flags, like the purple banner, and Is the Discord a Patreon thing?
No, the Discord's, anyone can come and join the Discord.
Well, there's a couple of different Discords.
Yeah.
It has been a Patreon thing, but I'll talk about it with the other people. Like, I am doing exclusive videos now, so I feel like we could probably open up the Discord, but I don't want to change anything without giving them some warning, But yeah, I'll talk about it with them. I feel like they'd probably be cool with it. I can paint your army in like a day when I am not doing year-end.
I just want someone to look at my army and just go over and do like highlights or some details or something. Just because I can't do. I tried doing highlights on my goblins, and I just can't. My eyesight just does not work for it because my color blindness. Like, I'm like doing this. Like, is this doing a thing? I can't tell. And it's like, oh, you've done that in that thing. It's like, oh, okay.
And there's so many funny
That's comments. Not gonna be an improvement. Damn you, Alex.
There's so many funny comments in the chat. I
had my hopes up.
Alex says it's not going to be an improvement. Alex, I don't need an improvement. Just help me paint, please. I will.
I literally just glued. So I'm trying to convince Lisa to paint some Marvel Crisis Protocol for me, because I just the other night sat and glued all my spider foes together, and it's kind of like I'm now looking at them going, I'm gonna have to paint those. Help! Help.
I bet.
Please help.
I bet Lisa would be really good at painting if she.
No, this is why, because they're all individual characters. I'm kind of like, hey, you can you can go nuts. Like,
take your time and just have fun.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see if I can blackmail her.
And maybe at some point we'll do Marvel on the channel as well.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Me and Alex went to an event last Saturday, and I think we came like 8th and 9th out of like 10 or 12 people, and I think we both managed to win a game, which was hilarious. But it was good fun. Like, it was definitely a good learning experience. Like, not being worried about losing games, because like I played against 3 groups. I've never played those characters before, but like there might be 1 or 2 that translate over.
Yeah.
But like being able to go against factions you've not played and seeing what characters actually do and be like, oh cool, that's really interesting. Oh, that's nice. Well, maybe I can add that into my group and stuff. Totally. It's kind of a fun thing.
I always wanted to get into the Batman miniature game, because it's like they have gangs and stuff like that, and I don't know, looks super moody and cool. But I have yet to.
Yeah, I was always a one game person, and I tried doing some little side games and stuff. And like Roman's tried to get me into Underworlds, and I played it every now and then. And I do like Marvel Crisis Protocol because it's kind of like, in a way, it's quite a simple game to learn. I mean, there's a lot of interesting mechanics and stuff you can do, but I find it's definitely not as hard of a
it's like low floor, high ceiling.
Yeah. Cool. I think you could easily like pick up a game and play it with a friend and learn the basics and how to play and what the game actually does. And then later it comes all those like counter things, and it's like it's things I wasn't doing, like looking at my attacks and then trying to make sure I'm attacking an enemy with attacks, because there's like 3 different types of attacks you can do. There's like mystical, energy, and physical. And it's like, oh, making sure I attack the person with the weakest in my best kind of thing. So if that guy's only got 2 dice against mystical attacks, I want to hit him with heavy mystical attacks.
Yeah.
If he's got like 4 dice in physical, there's no point, going in with a 5 dice physical attack person, because the chance of getting damage through is going to be pretty low. And I didn't have that mentality going into the event, and it's something I've got to kind of like think about a bit more next time. Yeah, it's quick to paint as well, because again, if you're just using, as Cody said, if you're just contrasting and going for that basic level, you can. I mean, I think he has every single model in the game, and I think every single one of them's painted.
That's awesome.
Yeah, see, as he says there. Alex also said, when I told people to watch out for Black Bolt, people believe me, and so they got my pants beat off. Unlike AoS, when you tell them X unit is scary, and they're surprisingly Pikachu when it hits. Yeah. Black Bolt basically has a thing where when he's like on his second card, when he's been injured, he can like just take off people. So if you just ignore him, he never gets to that stage. Sentinel's still fun to paint, and arms are like, yeah. Alex, I know how funny that happens to AoS. Be careful of this unit. Do X and beware of it.
You know what though? It's so true. It's so true, Keith. Like, it's when people like, when you tell someone in AoS like, hey, look out for this. But the problem is though, is you're not usually saying that about one thing in AoS. You're usually, okay, this can do this. My general can come back to life and then insta-kill something, and then I've got this spell that can just do mortal wounds over and over again. I just need to keep rolling a 4-up, and it's just like, okay, yeah. I need to like keep all of this in my brain, and then you're gonna miss something, and then, oops, I did it again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong. Like, if you're getting stuff painted, Ludivicus, then you are better than, first of all, what a lot of people do, which is just play with a gray army. And second of all, like, it looks better. That's great. Good for you. Like, spoilers for the next battle report, but that happens to me hard. The Stoneheart paint. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, wait, didn't that come out? Oh, you mean that's right. Oh, man. Yeah, Carson played Roman, and it's one of the craziest things, like, ever to happen in a battle report, but it is going to be up for free, so I won't spoil it, but...
It's when people play Kragos, and it's like, oh yeah, I roll d6 times d6, and sometimes I can do great, sometimes I do, but nothing usually happens, and then you roll it, and you roll like 32 mortal wounds on something.
I always explain it, but the first time I got 1 mortal wound out of Kragnos, the second time I got like 2, the third time I got 4, and I was just like, yeah, it never does anything. And then against Andy in that battle report, I got 24 mortal wounds. I rolled a 4 and a 6. And I was like, ha ha ha.
It's when you least expect like getting 32 against like a Scarred Vet on Carnosaur. I was just like, I'm so sorry. I already feel bad for you using a Scarred Vet and Carnosaur, and he just
it's so true.
One shots him. Yeah. But sometimes it's just funny.
Well, Carson always one shot. Like, I know what Ravenix does. Obviously, I've been facing it for ages now. And I understand it, but Carson always kills my general in the Path to Glory with Ravenix. Like, it's happened both times.
It's one of those spells where either does absolutely nothing or it just devastates.
Yeah, that was I think against someone else he did nothing.
Yeah.
Like I used it in an event, and because everything I faced was either movement 12 plus, or they had free, like there was free people with Cronspine. You just don't want to play it in that situation. Like it only killed 2 models the whole weekend, but I mean, there were some people that were like, oh yeah, I just took off his thing for like 10 wounds or something. It's like, I wish I could get that.
Yeah, what was it? I was like I rolled it against him, but then his ogres were out of combat too, and
Ooh.
so they're +2 movement or whatever, and yeah, it was disappointing. I think I've had one experience with Ravenix where it actually went off and I actually got to do something with it, but wait, was that?
It was good with the Daughters of Cain list I was trying, just because you could do the whole double the range of it when it comes out. So you're throwing it out 16 and then you're getting that re-roll 3d6.
Yeah.
So like you can get a really good like throw out turn 1. But yeah, I was just unlucky, and when you have Ravenex, which is a 6 to cast, and there's like you face 3 Cronspines, it's just like, no, let's not.
Well, Ravenix, they would need a 7, so I don't. Is it even like a good thing to?
No, they would need a 5, because remember, if they're level 2, they're getting +2 to the roll.
Yeah, but well, I thought they only got +1 at level 2.
I think you add your level.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Ravenix, it's been out for a year and no one still knows what the Cronspine does. I think you needed like a 5 to eat it, if I remember right. I think you get what your level is because you start at level 2.
But then he could like he can auto de-level himself, so it's still a bit of
a
risk.
But like realistically on a 5+ and 2 dice, it's
I
think you're okay.
I mean,
but again, it's like one of those things. It's like when
it's a
Croak
gamble.
pops after taking 3 wounds, or the Cronspine takes 5 wounds and de-levels. It's one of those things where it's gonna happen. It's just the number of times it realistically happens for you is, not there.
I don't know. I think if you're taking Cronspine, I don't think it's a good idea to try and eat Ravenix. Like even a 5, like that's what, like 60% of the time you get it. So like 40% of the time he's just poof down a level. I wouldn't take that.
All I can think of is the Anchorman quote. 60% of the time it works, 20%.
Yeah, exactly. 60% of the time it works every time. My personal opinion.
Quicksilver Swords is pretty good. Yeah.
I like Quicksilver and Ravenix from the current general list. I wish they wouldn't change the spell and like keep the points the same or go higher. Like don't change the points and the scroll. Ravenix is dope.
I kind of wished every General's Handbook they changed the scrolls, the spells, just to really kind of like shake it up a little bit.
If they're being taken, I say don't change Ravenix, right? But if no one's taking like whatever, like name a spell, right? Then change that one, right? But I don't want them to like, because if they change it, like if they change Ravenix, they're gonna make it bad, Dale. That's what they're gonna do. I want like more variety. I want more endless spells, not less. My new favorite is Quicksilver Swords. It's a sleeper pick. I like it because it's only 60 points, Cody. Like, I was like thinking about taking it even when it was the same as Ravenix, but I was still just taking Ravenix just because it was. But for 10 points, like maybe you could fit it when you couldn't fit Ravenix, because 70 points. It's a lot, man. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, man. Oh, there it is. Wish there was a 10-point spell. Yeah, there's what? The closest would be Burning Head or Skull or whatever, and that's 20.
I think that one went up.
Oh, did it go up? It used to be like 20 points, right?
I think it went to 30.
Yeah, what about like a 10-point endless spell?
What's it going to be for 10 points?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Are you ready? And I'm not joking. Dale, are you ready for this?
Go on.
10 points, you cast it, and you pick a friendly unit, and it does D3 mortal wounds. I'm not even kidding.
It's going to be broken for some stuff. So the
I'll use it on my
now,
screaming bell.
it did go to 30 points, so the cheapest now is 30 points. So the Ava Void Pendulum, the Maelstrom, Palisades, the Grave Tide, and Burning Head are all 30 points.
Which one's the Maelstrom?
That's the one that no one uses because it's rubbish. It's you cast it and it can eat spells when they're cast nearby. Well, they didn't eat them; it just gets pluses, and then it can blow up and do a thing.
Is that for another army? Is that for a specific army?
No, it's a generic one. So basically, after the endless spell is summoned, place a d6 beside it, facing 1 up.
What does it look like?
Honestly, an upside down.
No one understood you. There are 0 people out there that understood what you just said.
Good thing. It looks like a wrinkly ball with skulls on,
what the
and then
hell?
it's got like flames coming off it.
Is this from Forbidden Power?
No, it's from the look.
Oh, that thing.
That one.
Totally.
Yeah.
I never. It's we can't see anything.
I know, but like you
I saw it like right before it cut out. That's amazing. I forgot all about that. I never even put it together because it does look stupid.
Yeah.
By the way, Cody says he wishes the Pendulum was better. The Pendulum was the best spell when they first came out in AoS 2.
To be honest, for 30 points, the Pendulum's actually kind of interesting now.
Yeah.
Because it's for each unit it passes over on a 2-up, it takes D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So because it's got that 8-inch move, it's a 5 to cast and it's only 30 points, it's actually kind of a cheeky, throw out and do some damage. And because you're only paying 30 points, if it does nothing or you don't cast it, it's like, meh.
Yeah, I feel like maybe...
It's like an Ed and Eddie Jawbreaker, yeah. Pendulum is like the castle formation once it's getting range. Yeah. As Keith said,
yes.
Fire the pendulum in the castle formation. Once it gets in range, proceed to move 1 millimeter, hit everything. Move 1 millimeter. Yeah. That's something I thought about doing with for the new edition. Now it's 30 points. If I stuck with the Mangler, like if I'm teleporting something, and I can then have it on a caster and throw out the pendulum.
Yeah.
Because again, like 30 points on a 5+, and if you can get it in a good position, you can hit a lot of stuff.
Totally.
Definitely punishes like Lumineth or Seraphon or those armies that castle up.
Oh, the Maelstrom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see.
No, the pendulum. The Maelstrom's a weird one because again, it's
why would the pendulum hurt?
Because the pendulum moves 8 inches, and every enemy unit it moves across.
Yeah.
Because it's got to go in a straight line.
Yeah.
Within 1 inch of on a 2-up takes D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah, but why does it hurt caster armies?
Castle
castle armies. I was like, what?
The Maelstrom was the one that. So basically, the Maelstrom. Yeah, you cast it. You put a dice next to it on the 1.
Good night, Carson. Thanks for hanging out.
Night, Carson. I'm gonna head off soon as well.
Yeah.
Each time a spell is successfully cast within 12 inches of the end of the spell and it's not unbound, you increase the number by 1. In addition, each time an enemy is slain within 12 inches of the end of the spell, you add it by 1. And then basically at the end of the combat phase, at the end of the spell is on the field, you roll a d6 and you add the number on the dice. And on a 10 or more, each unit within 12 inches of the end of the spell suffers D3 mortal wounds, but then it's removed from play.
Huh.
So it's like you can stick it down and hopefully do a lot of wounds near it and get a big thing and then maybe do like a big bomb. But the big bomb is still only D3 mortal wounds on all those units. So it's like, oh, all these units within 10 inches take D3 mortal wounds. It's not that great for a big setup in comparison to some of the other stuff you can take.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. But that's what I was kind of talking about is if they just change the ones that people are not taking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we could get some more variety, hopefully. No promises.
But it's also, I think it's got a really bad range. Yeah, so you have to summon it within 8 as well.
What has a bad range?
8. The flying maelstrom.
The maelstrom? Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, it in comparison to other stuff, it's more of it's a builder. But again, it's just like there's better options.
Maybe Eric might be interested in some of that stuff. For his combo. Yeah, just 10 points is just an oval. And it says, you know, I paid 10 points and all I got was this stupid oval.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I am going to call it there for a night for myself. You can obviously stay on if you want.
I am going to call it as well. I've got a few things to take care of. Hopefully my internet holds out because I've got a Patreon exclusive video coming out tomorrow. So hopefully, as long as everything holds up on my internet, you guys can look forward to that if you are signed up for the Patreon. And then I'm also going to be coming out with a Skaven, the second part of the Skaven Tactics video that Matthias filmed with me. So that'll be cool. So look forward to those. And that will be coming out for free view on YouTube. But yeah, thanks to everyone for joining, even though it was kind of a last minute thing. And yeah, have a great night, everyone. Good luck to Dale at LVO. And anyone else who's a viewer and is going to LVO. And hopefully there's something really awesome happening on Thursday. So we'll see.
Hopefully it'll be a good preview. And come and say hi.
Yeah, come say hi to Dale. And yeah, anyway, thanks everyone for watching again. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.